say what kind of fight we're going to see now. Things could change between now and February 22nd.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. He's going to get bullied to death and stopped in about 8 or 9 rounds.
But I will say, can Deontay fight going backwards?
No.
Can Deontay fight on the back foot?
No way. He hasn't got the body.
A lot of his knockouts have come once his opponents throw. Strangely, he's a counterpuncher.
He's a counterpuncher with the right hand.
Exactly.
But is he going backwards a lot of times, or is he set
when he's throwing that fights, he doesn't go backwards.
They come in, so he doubles the impact of the shot.
But not working.
But he's not going back. What I'm saying is, usually a guy with a good jab can fight going backwards. Deontay...
Has he needed to fight going backwards yet?
Good point.
It reinforces Big John's point.
He fought
Ortiz going backwards, but there was no jab there. What I'm saying is, I think he can fight going backwards against a certain level of opponent, but if you put a jab in his face, Deontay has a good jab, but we saw in the first fight that if you can negate his jab, his ability to create offense diminishes.
If Tyson Fury is the weight that you want him to be, that Wilder's punch power isn't enough to knock him out.
I don't think the fight is being scored that way if Tyson has a team behind him.
He's fighting a man who's won the title legitimately, beat Vladimir Klitschko, and look, he had plenty left, because look what he done to Joshua, he beat Joshua to death.
I think that's crazy. Think that you don't believe Wilder landing his perfect shot.
Yeah, but listen, I can answer that in one for you. Tyson smashed him to pieces and makes him quit and cry.
Does Tyson believe what you believe, that
100%, and more again.
So he believes.
The debate goes on. This is volume 2. I was just letting you guys listen to a piece of the discussion that they were mentioning with these two fighters between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. This, of course, is the debate. I think that this particular fight will be different. I think it will be different because, for one, before I counterpunch, let me get everyone else's perspective out there, then I'll go last. This is how I do it. Paula thinks that Deontay's a mentally strong fighter. You know, his desire to win, it carried his punching power to the 12th round. And anyone that does that, that can carry that power to the 12th round, it's more than just physical. It's mental also, because he believed in his power up through the 12th round. Because in the 12th round, nobody really knew how that fight was really going. Nobody really knew that. Nobody knew how that fight was being scored. Nobody didn't know who was up. No one knew that. All we know is Deontay Wilder had a 9th knockdown in the 9th round. That's all we have. 9 rounds, he was knocked down. And that's all we really knew about that fight. John Fury came up with something that made a lot of sense, and I wanted to cover this in its entirety. The press conferences. Now, John Fury was like, hey, he didn't even want to face Tyson Fury this time. He didn't want the pressure. He didn't want the mental mind games, the trash talk. He didn't want any of that. And then when they did have it, they kind of had it spontaneously. And they had one press conference on the fly, then the second one on the fly. And they were really calm, okay? Now, the strange thing about that is why they didn't have a press conference. I don't know and can't prove that was Deontay Wilder's fault. So I'm not going to say that. John Fury said that, because I'm not really sure on why that was. That may go back to the budget of how much money they want to spend on this particular fight, right? And I've explained the reasons why, or why I feel. What John Fury said was the caliber of people that Deontay Wilder was fighting, just like you heard a little segment of that, were lower opposition, okay? Those hand-picked opponents, he was able to do those things, to knock down these guys, to knock out these guys, because these guys were at a certain level. Deontay Wilder will always be haunted. We know that. His resume is not what it should be. And what we learned about Deontay Wilder in 2018 in the first Ortiz fight, yes, he can be hurt. Yes, he can be outboxed. We learned that at the beginning of 2018. Then we learned that at the end of 2018. He can be outboxed. But what else do we see from Deontay Wilder? We seen he did have power up through the 12th round, so that shows the physical and mental aspect of Wilder. That's an advantage he has. Also, he can take a licking and keep on ticking. You know, he's also showed that as well. But John Phiri did say it best, you know, that Deontay Wilder is also getting older. He's 34, going to be 35. He's still 34. Okay, so he's not 35 yet. His birthday is in October, the same month as mine. So he's still 34. He has this whole year to be 34 because October from now it's 8 months away, right? But he is getting older. He's not getting better, and that's one thing that John Phiri brought to the table. He's not getting any better. And I have to agree with him at that point. A lot of people think that he is. I think that Deontay Wilder is more calm because he's learning what to do with what he already has. Now, to say he doesn't know or he lacks something, I don't even think it's that at all, based on what David Haye said. That's why it was so important. That's what I grabbed out of that. The boxing ability that Deontay Wilder has, he don't use. So it's not the fact that he doesn't know how to box. It's the fact that he worries more about power, right? So he's not even trying to be technical. And the strange thing, he went back to the basics with a fighter that he knocked out in one round, which was who? Dominic Breazeale. Why did Dominic Breazeale make him go back to the basics? This is my question to you guys. Why did he make him go back to the basics? Why? You know what I mean? Because that was that was the best fighter that he fought in a long time. He fought Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is supposed to be a cherry pick, but he was a difficult fighter. Before that, he fought Ortiz. Before that, he fought Stavern, I believe it was, right? But who is Stavern, really? You know? But John Phiri brought up the fact that, hey, it's ways to knock people out. He's just not going to run towards Deontay Wilder with his chin up in the air saying, hit me, hit me. There's ways to take out your opponent. Now, he admits he won't knock him out in 2 rounds like Tyson Fury claims, but he says 8 or 9 rounds, Deontay Wilder will be out of there with applied pressure, okay? And for that reason, John Fury will go with Tyson Fury. Paula Malignaggi, he was kind of split down the middle. It was whoever can impose their game plan, okay? Whoever can impose their game plan or can adjust with their game plan will be the victor. David Haye. David Haye has it by KO. Why? Because he says that Fury is gaining weight that makes him less mobile, less elusive, and he's also fighting with one eye because of the bad cuts that he received in the Otto Wallin fight. So therefore, he's rocking with him on top of not having Ben Davison. Okay, so that's a factor for David Haye. Steve Bunce is going with Tyson Fury, but he was going with Tyson Fury less this time. So that shows that he doesn't really have the confidence he once had in Fury like he had in the first fight. Now, that's kind of scary. Now, so we got everyone. We got Paula Malignaggi's 50-50. We have David Haye going for Wilder by KO. We, of course, John Fury's going for Tyson Fury. Steve Bunce is going for Tyson Fury, but less than, okay? And, of course, we have John Rawlings, who is also going for Tyson Fury. Now, the strange thing, what John Fury did say to end this, guys, he said when they did have the press conference, they were so calm, they spoke less, they didn't talk a lot of trash talk, and according to John Fury, that's dangerous. Why? Because the talking is over. The spectacle of shit talking is done. So they got to get it on at this point. They got to get it on at this point. They know each other is going to be dangerous, and these people are coming to fight. They ain't got to say 2 shits to each other. You ever been in school? You had 2 people. You ever seen 2 people didn't say anything to each other in school? They just threw down. This is this fight, according to John Fury. And I think this fight is going to be unlike the other fight. And I am interested to see what Tyson Fury is really going to do. Is he going to come at Deontay Wilder like he claims? Hopefully not his chin in the air and get knocked out. But will he do what he says he's going to do? Will he attempt to knock out Deontay Wilder? Because I haven't saw Tyson Fury that aggressive like that, especially dealing with someone that dangerous, that can hit that hard. But just like I said, Paula Malignaggi is everyone has been so driven to how hard Deontay hits, but they haven't realized the opposition of the people that he's been able to knock out. Okay, he's got Ortiz on the list 2 times. But Fury, he still has to knock him out to seal the deal to be known as that knockout artist, which again he's already known for in America. Now he has to make UK but some believers too if he's able to knock out Tyson Fury. So this was a very interesting debate between these 5 guys. And one thing about these 5 guys, they did not have a lot of like bad blood or emotional back and forth of different opinions. They didn't have that. So that was good to see these guys just generally talk like they're having a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, getting this done, speaking their piece and let it be. But we have 4-1. And David Haye, which was the only person that went for Deontay Wilder, is for Deontay Wilder. Well, you got one even, which is Paula Malignaggi. So he really didn't call it. Now, last thing I want to mention about that is John Fury. Speaking of David Haye, John Fury was like, look, Deontay Wilder ain't been in there with no one. He ain't fought you. Did he fight you? Did he fight Klitschko? Did he fight whoever? Did he fight the top guys? He has not. So that's another reason why he thinks that Deontay Wilder isn't getting better. I will say this. If Deontay Wilder loses, we will see what he's really made out of. Because we will see if he decides to go back to the basics or respect the sweet science of boxing again. Or will he just become an actor and I'll see him on set somewhere? Because if he does that, that means he's a true quitter. That's my counterpunch on that. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think about volume 2 of this debate. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.